Okay, welcome to this week's SCA class on Sefer Hoshea. So last week, we ended the class with the following Pisukim I'm going to share on the screen. You know the Pisukim. You say them every day. But you probably don't know where they're from. Okay? Now you'll know where they're from. Ve'erastich li le'olam, ve'erastich li b'sedek u'mishpat u'chesed v'rachamim, ve'erastich li be'emunah v'yada'at et Adonai. Okay, the Pisukim on the screen in front of you. When do you say them every day, boys? When do you say these Pisukim?
To fill in.
Right, when you're wrapping the 3 wraps around your finger for the tefillin, right? It's like the final wrap in a sense of the tefillin. And when you do it, you say the 3 different clauses. Ve'erastich li le'olam. Hashem is saying that ultimately, even though Bnei Israel are doing Avodah Zarah and they're acting evil, eventually, I'm going to take Bnei Israel back. And that's the phrase, ve'erastich li le'olam. You know what erusin is? Erusin,
Marriage.
we spoke about this, right? Right, it's an engagement, right? It's the engagement and marriage of Hashem with Bnei Israel, right? For any of you that were here last week, look at these Pisukim as God's, right, proposing to Bnei Israel and saying, how is it going to happen? Le'olam, how? We said last week, Besedek u'mishpat u'chesed v'rachamim, and then we said, ve'erasich li be'emunah, and ultimately you'll know God. And on that day, this is a new pasuk. We didn't do this last week. Ve'haya bayom ha'u e'ene ne'um Adonai e'ene et hashamayim ve'hem ya'anu et ha'aretz. What does that mean? On that day, I will answer the shamayim, and they will answer the land, and I will answer. Right? E'ene. Usually, we know phrases in the Nevi'im like. Shia, I'll save, or Atzil, right? To also save, right? To
answer, maybe like answer what the people are asking.
Good. What are they asking? What are they asking for? What does this do with Shammai and Aretz? What are they asking for?
Rain.
Very good, rain, right? As many of you have learned, I hope, when you learned Sefer Melachim about the king Ahav, the evil king.
Yeah.
Solomon, you may remember his evil.
Eliyahu stopped the rain. There was a drought.
Right. Remember that evil Jezebel, the evil queen, the Phoenician queen.
Yeah.
So during that time, the first time we meet, boys, listen to this carefully. The first pasuk that we meet, Eliyahu Hanavi, is not this great, crazy introduction. It just says, Eliyahu tells Ahav, I swear to God, there will not be rain for 3 years. What is that? That is about punishment. When the Shamayim does not give its, right, when it doesn't give its rain, well, then the land doesn't give its produce. So look what it says over here. I'm going to read the Radak. Actually, let's read the Ibn Ezra on this 1 second. It was very confusing to me. Maybe with studious boys like you'll help me explain and understand this Ibn Ezra. V'haya ene kemo v'hakesef ya'ane et hakol yamsi, meaning it will bring about. So la'anot means to bring about. That's what it seems like. So God will bring about the shamayim. What does that mean? V'ta'am e'ene pe'amim tamid. כדרך נשאו נהרות אדוני כמו שפירשתי. פעמים תמיד. Oh, פעמיים, sorry. Not פעמים, פעמיים. Why does it say I will answer twice? Why twice? תמיד. Because this will happen constantly.
Oh, like Korban Tamid, isn't that twice a day?
Interesting, right. But I think here the question is, nice to have Solomon on twice over here. Here the question is,
Rabbi, I was just looking at something on my computer, like with the.
Why does it say I will answer, says Hashem, I will answer the Shemaim twice? Why twice? Showing that this will happen all the time. And what does this mean, E'enet Shemaim? Look at Rabbeinu David Kimchi, the Radak over here. He says, Ve'amad E'ene. Who want to read this? Anyone want to read this Radak to explain what this means? I will answer the Shemaim.
Okay, I'll do it.
Chabod, Moshe. Chabod.
From Ve'amad.
Yep.
ועמד עיני כאילו השמיים שואלים שייתנו מטר כמשפטם ואני עינם
וארסם
שייתנו מטר כמשפטם גשמי ברכה וזהו עיני שיהיה רצוני בהם.
Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean?
And he said, I will answer.
As if what? As if the Shamayim are asking God, God, should I give rain today? God, should I pour down rain today? Right?
Yeah.
Okay?
I don't get it.
So, it's like, think about the metaphor, quote unquote, right? It's like the Shamayim is asking, should I give rain? And God is answering, yes. Meaning, I'm answering the Shamayim that they should give rain.
Oh, well, then why twice?
Well, and it means I will want it, meaning I really want it, I want it, right? I want it to happen, I want it to happen. And what's vehem ya'anu et haaretz? And they will answer the land. This is important, by the way, boys.
They'll answer the land, maybe referring to everyone who's on the land.
Okay,
so
good.
Answer everyone on the land. They're probably asking for rain. So
good. Or metaphorically, the land itself is asking for rain in order to grow. Right? The land is dry. I went outside to my grass today. I have these arid and dry sections of grass. Then I have some mushrooms growing. You have mushrooms growing from a lot of rain. I got these weird mushrooms growing in the front of my lawn. And you have it's as if like the grass is asking to be watered, right? It's so dry, it's asking to be watered. Got that, Solomon? Good?
Yeah.
Right? It's like it's asking, should I be
I get
watered?
it. Yeah, I get that.
Good. והארץ תענה את הדגן ואת התירוש ואת הישר והם יענו את ישראל. So the land is going to answer with giving grain, right? And oil and wine. והם יענו את ישראל. And they will answer Yisrael. Boys, who's Yisrael?
Well, which king was it? I think it was Ahab.
Okay, but which kid number is it of Hoshea? Remember, he has to marry the Zonah.
Oh, it wasn't the grandchild. So
no, it's the son. It's his son.
The second
Remember
son?
the first Pedic? First son.
Second son? First. Oh.
There's one son, one daughter, and a grandchild. By Yom Ha'elav Kira Shemo Yisrael. Right? His name will be Yisrael. So Yisrael now will be answered. Meaning Yisrael, like you said, Moshe, is asking for all this rain and produce, and he's going to get it. Uzra'ti ali ba'aretz v'rihamti et lo ruhama ve'amarti lo ami ata ve'hu yomar Elohai. What's the metaphor here? And it's, by the way, very telling that we're reading these Pesukim now during these weeks, what we call the Telata, Tefunata, 3 weeks, right? Actually, where did this idea of the 3 weeks even come from? The only real minhag, quote unquote, that we know of the 3 weeks that really is more ancient is the special haftarot that we have. The 3 haftarot that we read during these 3 weeks. And during these 3 weeks, we speak about the fact that we are turning away from God. In the 7 weeks following Tisha B'Av, I don't know if you know this, boys, we have the Shiv'ah de Nehamta, the 7 haftarot of consolation, where we're told that God's going to plant us again, and He's going to plant in Eretz Yisrael. Look at this pasuk. Uzra'ti li ba'aris. I'm going to plant li. Uzra'tiha li ba'aris. I'm going to plant her for me in the land. Meaning that the nation of Israel will be considered now God's. Veri hamti. I'm going to show compassion and love for Lo Ruhama. Lo Ruhama, going back to Perek Aleph, Lo Ruhama is the girl, is the daughter of Hoshea in this prophecy. And Lo Ami is the grandson. We ended Perek Aleph, Ki atem lo ami, ve'anochi lo yelachem. Why is the grandchild who's in Galut lo ami? Because you are not my nation, so I won't be to you. This is the opposite as the end of this Perek. Ve'amarti lelo ami, ami ata. One second, Moshe. Ve'hu yomad Elohai. And he will say, you are my God. Yes, Moshe.
This kind of seems like the complete opposite of everything we learned so far. Like everything else was all bad and gloomy, and how we're like everything's
Now
bad.
we're getting some
But now all of a
sunshine.
sudden it's like God will forgive us. He'll answer us.
Why? Because
Because
we're
we finally heard our
returning back
prayers?
to God. Well, Marvin, we're returning back to God over here. Very good. Look here. When God punishes us, at some point, the punishment's going to get so bad that there's like a dual relationship going on over here. You ready for this one? This one's a little bit important to understand. The Tanakh talks about this a lot, so listen carefully to this. We have 2 sides to it. On the one side, God realizes how much we've been punished and how now it's time to return us back. At that same time, we are returning to God. What we don't know from Tanakh, and this is important, this always, I would say this bugs me a little bit because I could never figure it out. But I think in a class I gave a few weeks ago, I might have been with you boys, with some of you boys, we have to realize that the process of God returning us to Him has 2 sides to it that might happen simultaneously. Simultaneous to God deciding to bring us back is us deciding to come back and do teshuvah. We don't know which one happens first. It might be that God realizes that we will be sorry, quote unquote, and starts the process for us. And then we're brought along into this process that we want to be part of, but God needs to kickstart it. Fascinating idea, in my opinion, because sometimes God could bring us back, like we saw last week. I'm going to bring you to those Pesukim because you asked the question, Moshe. You forgot me. Because you forgot me, I'm going to seduce you, Bnei Israel, and I'm going to bring you back. And therefore you're going to be called Tikrei Ishi, you're going to call me your husband. So that it seems to me, at this point, Moshe, we're talking about a time of return. We're talking about the future times. In the current times of Hoshea, things are very bad. We're now speaking post-punishment. Yes? So now look, like Marvin said, we want it. We're asking to return back. Good. Now, Perek Gimal. Short Perek, but it's another woman. Would anyone like to read? By Yomer Adonai Elai.
Okay. ויאמר אדוני אלי עוד לך אהב אישה או בת רעה ונאפת כאהבת אדוני את בני ישראל והם פונים אלוהים אחרים והשישה ענבים.
Okay. Hashem instructs him to go love a woman that loves fooling around. Okay? Again, this is all in Nivuah, it's all in prophecy. But he tells him, and I'll open up the English over here, right? He tells the Navi here, as part of his prophecy, to explain to Bnei Yisrael what's going on. Go befriend a woman who, while befriended by a companion, consorts with others. She's a no'efet. She does lotin af. What is this similar to? Ke'ahavat Adonai et Bnei Yisrael. Boys, what is this similar to? How is this similar to our relationship with God at that time?
We worshipped God, but then at the same time, everyone was going and worshiping Baal and yeah, that type of stuff.
Right? We're turning to other gods and we love Ashishe Anavim. What are the cups of the grape? What in the world are Ashishe Anavim? What is that talking about? Ashishe Anavim. Let's open our Mefarshim, Ibn Ezra. So remember, Vayomer, very important. Bederech Nivuah. Again, Ibn Ezra is repeating to us that all this is in a Nivuah. He's not literally going and marrying this kind of woman. Lech ehav isha. Ukhena leisha kize mashma lashon isha. Not a zona. Rather, a woman that fools around with others. It's not the same as a zona. Ashishe. Kemo samechuni ba'ashishot. That's like in, who knows what book that's from? Samechuni ba'ashishot. What book is that? Solomon's God. He's ready to read himself. Good. Did you know that from the tune or from the words?
The tune a lot.
Yeah, the tune.
Samechuni ba'ashishot ve'atam ba'ashishot hayayim ve'chacha ashishe yan anavim mechmo ba'ashisha achat ve'en tzorech laskir yayin. You're getting seduced, in a sense, by the grapes and the wine. If you know, any of you know the Midrash, there's a well-known Midrash about the story of the Isha Sotah in the Chumash, followed by which story in the Chumash? What's the story right after the Isha Sotah?
Bnei Israel does Avodah Zarah, I'm guessing.
Nazir. The next halacha after Isha Sotah is the Nazir. Says the Hachamim.
Wine.
Says Ibn Ezra. Why? Because wine brings to a person to ni'uf. Wine would bring a woman to act the way she did. Therefore, abstaining from wine, Nezirut, would bring you closer to God. Here, the wine, the Ashishe Anavim, is what's seducing this woman away from her husband. So what did I do? What did the Navi do? Well, he didn't really do it. This is in the Nevuah, remember? Solomon, read Pasuk Bet, Ba'ekereha li.
בעקרה לי בחמישה עשר כתף וחמש שעירים ולתך שעורים.
Good. How did I marry her? I recognized her with 15 silver coins. What in the world is that about? Anyone know what the 15 coins is about?
Jesus, no, she gets paid.
Okay, she gets paid.
They're
But
getting
what's this
engaged.
about? The 15 coins.
They're getting engaged. Like the
Okay, an engagement. Why 15?
Is there really an answer for that?
There might be. Let's see.
This could be one of these numbers where we just don't find it.
Boys, hold on one second.
Oh, now
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Look over here. So if you look here in the Pesukim, let's see. Maybe in One second. No. So I was thinking maybe it has to do with the amounts in Vayikra of a person's worth.
That's
But that's either 50 for a male of a certain age, 30 for a woman, 20 for a male from 5 to 20 years old, and a woman is 10. So don't do with that. Okay, I thought maybe there was an answer there. Now look how he proposes to her or gets recognized to her. Homer se'orim ve'letech se'orim. What kind of food?
Se'od.
Barley.
That's
Why do I care about?
Oh, that's what was used for the shasota. That's in the,
Good.
the
Very
concoction.
good.
Because
Shasota,
isn't it like it's like
sacrifice
isn't it fed to like goats or
animals.
something?
Animals.
Yeah.
So the Isha Sota, the Korban, Solomon, Marvin, Ezra, Moshe, the Korban that's brought for her is Kemach Se'orim. It represents Zenut in the Tanakh, the Se'orim. And I'm betting you the Mefarshim say that.
That's why 15 then.
Let me see. So look what Ibn Ezra says over here. Let me see. Ibn Ezra says, why 15? Well, 15 for her ketuvah, to sign the ketuvah. But he says, why 15? Because it's a mashal for Yehuda. And there were 15 kings of Yehuda. From Rehav'am.
Yehuda and Tamar is it referring to?
No. The 15 kings of Yehuda. Remember we're talking about Hoshea here. But not including the sons of Yoshiyahu, because they were all brothers. So they're considered one. The lineage, starting lineage-wise, there's a line of 15. The three on the bottom, like Sidkiah, the three on the bottom that were the kings of Yoshiyahu, don't count as three, they count as one, that's 15. Interesting. Now, what's this about with the Se'orim? Let's look at Rashi over here. No, it doesn't say anything about it. Okay.
What does
I thought it
Rashi
was a next.
say about 15?
Is there?
Yeah. Bahamisha Asad Kesef.
Oh, wow. Tirgem Yonatan. The Aramaic translation says the 15th day of Nisan, V'yehev Yat Kesef. Interesting. The Targum says not 15 coins, rather, I married her on the 15th of the month with Kesef.
Bam! I had a feeling that's what it was going to be. Something the 15th of the month. That's what I was thinking.
But I feel like then why is there just Kesef in the middle of the sentence? And also, there's no
and I got married to her.
But it's all.
15.
But at least for the Talmim, at least, Bahamisha Asad Kasef seems like it's sort of placed together because it's in one. Right? There's no pause in between Asad and Kasef. It's actually the pause after Kasef. So it's sort of one. It's like one set of Talmim.
Either way, let's continue. Va'omar eleha yamim rabim teshvili lo tizni velo tihi leish v'chamani elayich. And I told her for many days, or it could be many years, stay with me, don't do zenut, don't be to anyone else. V'gam ani elayich. What does that mean, v'gam ani elayich? And don't go to other people.
I'll do the same. That's what he said?
No. I actually, before I even read Ibn Ezra, I understood this as what Ibn Ezra says, because of the next pasuk. It means, boys, listen carefully, ve'atam ve'gam ani lo elayich, meaning I will not sleep with you during these days. For many days, I want you to sit here. You're not going to sleep with any man at all.
Oh,
Now, other men,
that's why he says velotihi leish.
right? Vegam ani lo elayich, right? Because there's all these laws. Lo tizni, lo tilish, vegam ani lo elayich. How do I know that? From the nimshal, from the meaning of this story. Ki yamim rabim yeshevu bnei Israel, en melech ve'en sad ve'en zevach ve'maseva. They have no king, no officers, no korbanot, no monuments, en ephod utrafim. They have nothing. Ahar yashuvu bnei Yisrael b'kshu Adonai Eloheim v'tavid malkam. Right? For many days, they have nothing to turn to. No king that's going to save them, no korbanot, no matzevot, avodah zara, none of that. Ve'en ephod utrafim. And in addition, there's not even a connection with God. Ahad yashuvu b'nei Yisrael b'kshu Adonai Eloheim v'tavid malkam. Wow, this is a famous pasuk. Trying to think where we say this pasuk. Ahad yashuvu b'nei Yisrael b'kshu Adonai Eloheim v'tavid malkam pachadu Adonai be'otu v'b'acharit hayamim. I wonder if I have a seed up here. I know this pasuk from somewhere in the prayers. I don't know if it's in Saturday night prayers. I don't know if it's in prayers from the fast days, from Tisha B'Av, at the end of Tisha B'Av. If you give me one moment, I will actually look it up. Let's see. What?
Might be on the first day, and I think just make sure though. I don't.
Marvin, you say the Saturday night piece every week, right?
Which Saturday night piece?
V'yiten lecha Elohim.
Oh, after Abdullah.
What?
I know what you're talking about. After Abdullah.
Yes.
Yeah, why? Hey, I'm not, every Saturday I'm saying.
So boys, hold on. Let me get a sidur, boys. Boys, hold on. I'm getting a sidur. I'm going to pause the recording
Yeah,
a second.
I know what you're talking about. I said it like.
So I couldn't find exactly where it's from. I know this pasuk is said somewhere. I'm in Tefillah, but I don't know where. Either way, look at this pasuk at Ibn Ezra. Ahar yashu ben Israel. Shehem bnei Yehuda v'Yisrael sheglo b'techila aken kilalam. V'tam et David malkam. Zeu ha-Mashiach. That's the Mashiach. Kemo v'David avdi nasi lahem le'olam. What does this mean? Ufahadu el Adonai. When you say to be scared or be worried or concerned or fearful, you say fahadu el Adonai. What does that mean? Lifhod, to fear el Adonai. What would that mean? Sounds weird.
No, it would usually be et Adonai, but maybe like being afraid to be in front of him.
Maybe.
El means in front.
Rabbi,
So look what it says here in the Mitzudat. 1 second. Mitzudat Sion. It has excellent translations of words. He says, El Adonai means et Adonai. But El can mean it sometimes.
Yeah, but the Torah or Nevi'im, when does it ever say El? It's always et.
El sometimes can be et in the Tanakh.
Yeah, but when is it? Like, I feel like this must be one of the only times it's ever written like that. Ufahadu el Adonai.
So El Adonai can also mean Shifahadu viru menu b'shubam elav. So the Radak explains it. Ufahadu El Adonai is a short way of saying they're going to be fearful of God when they return to Him. Ufahadu El Adonai. The pahad brings them back to God. So it's like a verb of ufahadu El Adonai.
Rabbi, where did you say it could be? This pasuk could be mentioned.
Saturday night. But I'm not. I looked it up. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
No, it could be Tisha B'Av.
I looked that up also. I didn't see it.
So why not? Why not? Maybe the. Oh wait, it's not. So what? You said something.
Fine. No worries. I'll look for it later.
All right, fine.
Look over here. This is Radak. This is a very interesting Radak over here. Okay? Ahar yashuvu b'nei Israel. Ze yihiyeh be'aharit hayamim. This will be at the end of days. Karov la'et hayshua. Close to the time of salvation. Shiashuvu b'nei Israel b'tshuva. That they will return in teshuvah. Udibrei Razal in Hazal. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai Omed. Right? Bishlosha devarim ma'asu Yisrael b'mei Rehavam. In three things, Bnei Israel despised and were disgusted and did terrible with in the times of Rehavam, the son of Shlomo. B'malchut Shamayim, in the kingship of God. B'malchut beDavid, u'bebet HaMikdash. Hadahu dichtiv, because what did the people say at that time? En lanu helek beDavid kimashma'u. Le'ohalecha Yisrael, al tikre le'ohalecha ela le'elohecha. So they read the psukim as following. One is they despise David. Two is they despise their Elokim. Re'e betecha David as bet HaMikdash. So he says, Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Menasya, en mar'in siman geula liYisrael, ad sheyachzeru v'yebakshu sheloshtan. When will Bnei Israel be redeemed? When they ask for all three of these. Hadahu dichtiv. That's what's said over here. What are the three stages? Look carefully. Ahar yashuvu b'nei Israel. Ubikshu et Adonai Eloheim. Ve'et David Malkam. Ve'el Tuvo. What are those three things? He says those three things are Bikshu et Adonai is fear of God and God's Malchut. Et David is David Malkam. Ufahadu Adonai Be'el Tuvo. What's God's goodness? What's his Tov? Ze Bet HaMikdash. That's the Bet HaMikdash. How do we know that? Moshe says, Hahar HaTov Hazeh Ve'alebanon. Talking about the good mountain is talking about Har Moriah. The mountain on which the Bet HaMikdash is. Rav Saadia Gaon, however, says, what does this mean that Bnei Israel are going to ask for Hashem and they're going to be turned to God with their fear and to his goodness? He says, Ve'el Tuvo El Kevodo. Look here, boys, at this Radak. El Tuvo El Kevodo. Kemo Ani A'avir Kotuvi Al Panecha. When Hashem passed over Moshe, Vayavor Adonai Al Panav Vayikra, that was passing his goodness on Moshe. His goodness is his kavod, his honor. Okay? And when we're respecting God and showing proper awe of God, we're talking about his tov. I like to end the class with the following comment on this word tuv or tov. Whenever you see this word tov, right, it says here, Ufahadu el Adonai ve'el tuvo. Sounds like a pretty strange phrase, right? To Hashem and his goodness. Well, if you open up the Chumash, what's the first thing you find in the Tanakh?
Oh, about like God saying, oh, I forgot the exact words.
After every day, he says Tov.
Kitov.
Good. Vayad Elohim ki tov. And do you boys know, according to the Midrash, whose name was also Tov, besides for his regular name?
Wasn't there a guy? I don't think this has to do with anything.
Look at
I
my
think
finger. Look.
There's a guy in Megillat Ruth too.
I'm pointing to someone here.
Moshe.
Yeah.
Moshe Rabbeinu.
Yeah,
Moshe Rabbeinu,
yeah.
they say Tov, because it says, Vatere oto ki tov hu. His mother saw that he was good. Midrash says that light filled the room when he was born because it connects the first day of creation, Vayad Elohim et haor ki tov, and the birth of Moshe Rabbeinu also, that there was light when born, you talk about the Tov. Think about the connection between Moshe and Hashem. Hashem is like that light. He's the fire. He's the goodness. And we have to be careful with that goodness. God's good can be ultimately good with his compassion, but it can also be fiery, right? His tov is also his kavod. And his kavod, if you cross God and you do avodah zarah and you break his mitzvot, God is going to send you into exile and punishment. So we have to beseech God for his good, for his tov, right? For the goodness that we know of Moshe Rabbeinu. When it said, Vayavor Adonai Panav Vayikra, what are the next words? Adonai Adonai El Rahum Ve'Hanun. Good Solomon. He's uttering the words as he's on mute. Still counts, don't worry. El Rahum Ve'Hanun Ere Chabayim Ve'Chesed Emet. Right? God is compassionate, he's forgiving. So back to Moshe's question, yes, God does forgive us, but it's after a lot of punishment. We have to go through a process of punishment to realize our sin and ultimately return to God and ultimately be part of that marriage, engagement, marriage, relationship with God. How? Right? We said in those ways of Sedek, Hesed, Rahamim, Emunah, then that will be La'olam. Baruch Adonai La'olam. Amen ve'amen.